Hi there, name's Nico, and welcome back to my playthrough of Disco Elysium. So, one thing I will say, unfortunately, for the rest of the playthrough, there will be no music in the background. Turns out that the music has been copywritten on all the videos I've posted of the game. So, yeah, so there's just, the only solution is to mute the
The
music.
door is closed.
I'm gonna knock.
There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on, somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me.
The door is mute and indifferent. Your despair is a joke to it.
I'll knock again.
Still no answer.
Okay, well, I wanted to see if I can get my detective friend, but maybe he's waiting in the lobby for us. Oh, what the hell? This is open now. Okay, he is with us. He wants to talk to us, actually. Oh, there he is. Okay, we'll make it. We'll talk to him. Let's go. He has something to say to us. Morning. He gives you a quick nod.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
He points to the mess hall doors. What do you mean, rowdy?
I mean, ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here.
Oh, okay.
Men who drink beer for breakfast?
Yep.
There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys.
Oh my
who
gosh.
are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
They call them the Hardy Boys, really? If you don't know, the Hardy Boys is like a book series about like these kids. I think their last name's Hardy, is that why? And they're detectives. If I remember correctly. Yeah, it's a fictional teen brothers who solve mysteries. Yeah, it's a book series. They apparently made a TV show about it too, but yeah, but they spell it with a Y instead of an IE. But yeah, that's a reference to that. It has to be. These men, are these the men Gertie told us about?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
Okay, yeah.
One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
You crossed something out. What do we need to talk to them?
Everything points to the dock workers union.
I mean,
the belt used for hanging him, tracks in the
belt would be something found at the dock.
Martinez, my preliminary information.
Yeah.
Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Okay, well, let's
One
just
more
roll.
thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Okay.
But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
I think we should interview them immediately. Like, what? Why do we need to wait?
Just a moment.
The old lady turns back to the cafeteria
And
manager.
there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
And she turns back with a weary smile. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop across you. Tell me, how might I make it up to you?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
She sighs. Wait, what's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
She frowns.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later.
Oh.
Ask God, maybe.
Okay, why did you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
That's
I was
not good.
also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
She looks down.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
Okay, I'll buy. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
Glances out the window towards the bay.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expeditions often lead to something interesting.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. What is this expedition your husband was
Just
on?
some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect.
Oh.
But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday.
You know what? Across, we know what it is.
What could be keeping them?
Remember, the bridge is down between here and across the dock, right? Or is that or they're going the other way? Remember that bridge is broken and it says it wouldn't be fixed till Wednesday? I wonder if it's that. That's what he means. Or is it the other? They got something to the west, not to the east. Is the docks to the east?
The water lock. That was broken.
Yeah.
Could this be it?
The water lock on the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
Just some technical information.
Whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both
Returns to
of
the lieutenant.
You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
See, I told you. I remembered.
But if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
Oh, I will.
Yes,
Don't worry.
some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now.
Oh, okay.
Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
Vanilla.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
I'll accept. If I see him, I'll let him know you're here, when or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Okay, so your husband's some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes.
This
A
is a pinch of pride.
zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
Okay, what's a cryptozoology? What is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
The lieutenant sounds unimpressed.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
I see.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear.
Yes.
It's
you just insulted her once again.
One specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless. And frankly, many scientists are
It's
too
like
lazy
trying to find
do
Bigfoot.
it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Honestly, actually, I heard about people looking for cryptids. Is another game I played called Scarlet Hollow. Well, playing it because the full game's not out yet, and they have someone who does like cryptology and does like YouTube videos about it or whatever. So
The
that's what I
quality of
remember.
research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite.
Okay, tell me more about Morale. Looks, characters, your
Oh, dear.
relations.
I'm not sure where to begin.
Okay, what does he look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
I see.
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find her husband, you'll need more concrete information.
Let's try that again. Why don't you try describing him as you would one of your cryptids?
Well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame.
Okay,
and
so he's
he
fat.
has longish white hair.
He's
Usually
small
a
and
bit
fat.
uncombed. You might say wild, even.
I see.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him.
Okay.
Even if he's not out in the reeds, just in case.
Yeah, of course, of course. Long white hair, I see. How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn.
Oh, nice.
Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but
I mean, it's still a
like the rest
milestone,
of this
you know?
milestones even more somehow.
How did you two meet?
Via dating agency,
Oh.
I'm ashamed to say.
Well, I mean,
I
that's
was
their
looking
job,
to
and
get
if it
back
works,
into
it works.
the scene after recovering from my accident. And he just divorced.
I
We
see.
hit it off, and Well, here we are.
Oh, that's nice.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more
That's
later.
fine. I mean, it's up to her. She can keep private stuff to her, of course. I think I have all the information I need. Let's
I
move
hope
on.
I've been useful.
Tell me about this rare insect your husband is looking
Oh,
for.
sweetie, it's fascinating.
She
But
catches
I
herself.
shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Okay, fine. Fair enough.
Of course, dear.
Maybe you can convince me to tell you about some cool cryptids. That's it for now. You know what? We're on the case. Wait, you're here. Why are you here?
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to
Detective
you.
disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
Yeah, you aren't a gardener.
That's right. I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
She crosses her
So
arms.
let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on her right.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Aha.
No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
What's your role in all of this?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor.
Crosses
Do you
her
have
arms.
hearing problems?
No. Why are you so aggressive?
You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
Just dock workers?
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
dock workers spy on the police?
Uh-huh.
We let you off easy, miss. Don't think it will happen again.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Oh.
Fuck yeah.
The tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his
So
beer.
ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
The world needs a financial buffer zone. No need to get emotional. Privatization is not unlawful. It's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not historic individuals. I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The understanding principle and strong, unlike you socialists. I like, oh my gosh, this is so political. I like that. Good start. Let's talk about several other armed uprising. What are the union's plans? Oh, we want to overthrow the government? I don't understand the political space enough to give an opinion on this. I don't. I know this is supposed to be, I mean, just from a standpoint, okay, this is technically a political discussion, which is something I try to avoid, but this game is a political game. Well, it has political aspects to the game, not political in the sense of like, it's in the fictional politics, okay? This is a fictional, some fictional political stuff, but if we place it on the real world, generally the left-leaning side is wanting the government to fund everything, the government to control, and the right side wants privatization. Government is minimally involved. Of course, you still have to have some form of government to get things done. And generally, wants probably like some social programs. Generally, government is doing stuff, I don't know, like garbage, recycling, police, ambulance, sewer, water management, you know, stuff like that. So, you could argue like, oh, that should be privatized, but it'd be so hard to do a privatized water system. So what? You'd have like 5 different water lines all running underneath the same area, or is it just like you make it a monopoly and then you'd have only one water line? It's like, oh, well, ours is the only water line in the area, so we're gonna charge you whatever we want. Like, to me, that's like nonsensical. Like, you can't have complete privatization. You need the government to have some private things. But I do think you don't need to have full government control. I think there's a good balance. I'm pretty much generally, a lot of the political opinions I'm pretty gray on most of the time. I don't think there's one right solution and one wrong solution. Generally, I think it's a mix between opinions. I think there's some truth in what both sides say generally. So a lot of people call politics a horseshoe, in the sense that the left and the right are at the top of the horseshoe and that they're actually closer together in their opinions. and then someone who is central, who's actually is at the bottom of the horseshoe, you know, like where it curves up, just because they just in the nature of their opinions being like, oh, this is the only right opinion, this is what you need to do, right? And instead of thinking of a line, think of it like like a horseshoe. Maybe I'm not explaining that part fully right, but I'm sure if you look it up, you can find a better explanation than what I can give. But I don't know if the RCM is, and I don't want to call you unlike you socialist, blah 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 blah. And the world needs a financial buffer zone. I don't exactly know what that means either. What the hell is a financial buffer zone? And I don't want to say improvisation is cool and funny. What the hell does that mean? Like, what? And I don't want to insult her with 3. And I don't think I'm. Well, again, I don't want to do an armed uprising. The hell? We're gonna say 1. I know I could just skip on 5, but we'll actually answer her things. I'll say it's a financial buffer zone or whatever.
No one is emotional here.
Or
Do
express Stevens
your
farther.
job. Ask your questions, then leave.
I want to talk to you.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
What are you gonna do to me? Lieutenant is not satisfied with this approach.
What are we going to do to you?
She starts laughing. It's a cold laughter, devoid of
The
joy.
union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
A gruff hump from the table, Titus.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
Okay, fine. Let's just go talk to him then. Oh, what's my thought?
Rigorous self-critique.
Oh, okay. Well, finished this.
Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught.
Oh,
You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy.
why did I do this?
These are real deeds, Harry.
My name's
Emerging
Harry?
from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
Rigorous self-critique. This is my critique of myself. I mean, that's a kind of the cold hard truth. In psych, red check failures heal 1 morale, and these, what is this? FYS and mauve red checks failures heal 1 health. Learning cap for pain threshold raised to 6. Okay. I don't think there's anything else I can do. Can I? Oh, I can forget stuff. Oh, this is interesting. There's a whole tree. Oh, so I can only have like a certain amount of bonuses, and then if I want certain ones, I need to like forget them. Okay, well, these are the only ones I have so far, so. Oh, he's coming. Oh, yeah, I need some alcohol. Or no, I need speed, right? I don't like the drugs, but the drugs like me. It's a bowl. They're spitting it. Reeking of tobacco. The people spit their tobacco into it. I see. You see hawthorn bushes outside. Photos of men in overalls toting guns and union cards.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. You see 2, maybe 3 bushes grown into a single thicket over a period of circa 50 years. It takes time for a hedge like that to form.
Squint.
There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
That's fair.
One can't see into the union box from the yard outside. That hawthorn is too thick.
Okay, it's not time yet. I don't know what the hell that means. Mysterious door seen. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna do the check. It's a 3% chance. It's not worth it.
This is where you say your bit.
The broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can. We gotta interrogate this
Detective.
guy. The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaning it to you. We need to talk. I don't care about his attitude. Who gives a shit. Let's talk facts. We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him.
Yeah, it's about
real
him.
looker, that won't.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Huh?
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting
When
out
that's
that pretty
long.
boy smell.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them.
God.
I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
He slaps his forehead.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard.
Okay.
Chances are they're going to match.
Let's scan.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s, early 40s.
Okay.
He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading.
I see.
And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46.
Oh, yeah, most of the boots
The
were
big
steel
neck,
reinforced.
Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner.
I see.
Standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. Non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
What's a plectrum?
On
Where?
his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this
Okay.
one the musician.
Okay.
Size 41. With the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing.
I see.
In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46. Deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add
Fat
the man
Angus.
in armor, and you could
Well, like
easily
Angus
exceed
beef. That's all I can think
220.
of when I see Angus. I'm sorry. Your name's
In
Angus. I'm
conclusion,
sorry.
These 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
Yeah, one of them's missing. The odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions.
Okay.
Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
This is kind of accusatory, though. I mean, they're both fucking accusatory. Fine, we're gonna just say the third one because this one at least has a little bit more information. Where's the 8th one of
What
you?
are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
He sizes you up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy?
What?
We ain't hiring.
I didn't want to be an 8th Hardy boy. He shakes his head.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
Shut the fuck up, Glenn!
Huh?
I do the talking here. Now what
She
the
could
fuck
maybe.
want,
The fuck?
cop?
It has to be good if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
So
Yeah.
let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And
He points to the lieutenant.
You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other.
Lieutenant
Officer,
adjusts
your
his
question.
spectacles.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner
No,
or later.
I'm not gonna ask him about. I mean, he's gonna say no. Like, what the fuck else is he gonna say? You think he's gonna say, "Oh yeah, I definitely hugged the guy up there. Arrest me, officer." Like, what the fuck? No, I'm gonna take off now. Goodbye. I just needed that last statement from you. Okay. We need to interrogate the men and the UFO, find what they know about the hanging in Martinez. Okay, fine. We have to go talk to him again.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Oh my god. Fine, let's just ask him if he did it.
Boy. You
He takes the
guys
silver from his can.
really love talking about that pretty boy.
Well, it's our case. We're like,
Funny. But my partner and I have a
Okay, so I
serious
have to
matter
ask
to
him
discuss
this.
with you.
sorry, I didn't. I guess I have to accuse him because I need to ask him all these questions. Why is there a container belt around the dead
Container
man's
belt?
neck?
Like we
Yeah.
use in the harbor?
Yeah.
Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him. We did this together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
So you're just confessing?
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Really? Who called the shots
Are you
that night?
deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy boy without arresting all Hardy
Okay, then
boys.
arrest them all. I don't give a shit.
Do you think you could do that?
Yeah, why not?
Do you think you could arrest them all?
Let's call some reinforcements. Hey, we need 3 cars here, or we need the police van. I got 7 detainees here. Roll, rack them all up.
Don't let her lead the conversation.
A trick question. Okay, don't let her lead. Don't let her lead the conversation. Okay, so I'm not gonna just ignore her then. If we don't want her to lead the conversation, we don't answer her. Pretend that she didn't say shit. Who calls the shots?
Who do you fucking think does?
He points more amused than anyone. I mean, gotta be you.
That's right, asshole.
Obviously, this
Titus
dude.
Hardy runs the Hardy Boys. Ain't that so, fellas?
He looks around for
I
approval.
think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
Exactly.
You did not get an answer. Titus does administrative work. He pushes paper, fills out forms. The others can't read. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
You murdered him just like that, no remorse?
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
I know what the
Shares
are.
Electric
Okay.
is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under
Oh.
the coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Shay's electric chair. That's what it is. That's what this means. If you don't know what French or can't read French, or even if you can't read French, you might be able to piece that together. But if you do not, it means the electric chair. In English, because that's what shiz means. Yeah. Yeah. So it used to be firing squad. Okay, so we used to send people to
Or
electric
send
chair.
them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
I mean, they've done crimes, so I mean, like, look, if I'm sending someone to prison for 20 years, it generally means they've done a crime. Like 20 years in jail or in prison is a pretty long time, right? So that must mean they've done like a serious crime, like armed robbery. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know if armed robbery would be 20 years. Like murder's generally life. Maybe like manslaughter. No, I don't even know if manslaughter would be 20 years. Like, For life would mean they probably murdered someone with intent, right? So they've done something bad. So I agree with that.
Rest assured, lawman. None worse than our guy. He got what was coming to him.
Well, then you should have had him arrested or file a complaint or something to get him investigated if he's done something bad. Like, we can't have people be vigilantes. And I mean, I understand these people are considered the law here, but the law should not be. I don't know. There needs to be like a due process of these types of things. Okay, when did this occur?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
The fixer turns to remind Titus.
I know, Lizzie. Relax.
Lizzie?
We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Okay, how long had he known the
Known
victim?
him? We don't associate with scum like that.
Well, when did you meet
asshole.
him? When did you meet him? I'm sorry.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came
This
around
gives Glenn
about
a
3
stern
weeks
look.
ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town.
What?
Heavy.
So you're saying he did bad shit in 3 weeks? I mean, you could, for sure, but enough to warrant for you the guys to kill him?
By the Pines cow, you mean the representative for Wild Pines? The shipping company you are striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over.
What?
But you know what?
An actual cow? He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus.
Wait, she turns
Officer,
to you.
Your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
I'd like to know the motive. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary? Like, what type of mercenary? Like, was he, like, transporting illegal goods mercenary? Like a hitman? Like, what?
And he stepped out of line.
He repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice.
What kind of mercenary?
Yeah, can you
The kind
expand?
that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it.
What?
But I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
So how do you know he was in the Special
'Cause one
Forces?
night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm RNE's goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Really?
Huh?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RNE's paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either. But he fucking did. Right
Yeah.
there.
He points
like
to the
some kind
stage.
of animal.
Sire, the tale is true.
It is?
This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Okay, so what did he do wrong?
He harassed women, raped one,
Huh?
harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence.
Yeah, this is weird.
Why the
actually.
strange
Yeah.
de-escalation?
Why would you start with the rape, which is huge, actually, to harassment and then threats of violence? Like, this is like the strongest accusation to like the weakest accusation. Yeah.
He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over.
He cracks
That
his
was
knuckles.
before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come in here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Didn't try to make sense of this flood of information.
This girl's on the mic, a beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming.
The fuck?
Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle, doesn't even fall down.
Was the same girl who was sexually assaulted raped?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
Okay.
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why
Yeah,
not?
this is a
This
serious
is
allegation.
A serious allegation.
Yeah, it is.
Make them talk about it.
I will, right, but who did rape then? This is a very serious allegation. There's a
You're
moment of
not
silence.
getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
I failed. Shit. I mean, how did you
We
kill him?
hanged him up by his neck until he got real still.
Yeah.
Wasn't that obvious?
No, but remember we looked at the
Copper?
wound. The blood, you know, like this is like the redness or whatever around his neck wasn't thick enough for it to be hung by that rope, because the rope was pretty thick, right? So it was he must have been choked out beforehand, right? That's my theory.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have
Yeah.
to work with what you know.
Fine.
Maybe wrap it up instead?
So I mean, he just said he did it. I feel like we need a little bit more proof to prove that he did it. We have the footprints right now, right, with the shoes. Like that would make sense, but I feel like we need more info to nail these guys before we can actually arrest them. I mean, confession's pretty strong. Don't get me wrong, but especially if there's like a political like discourse here, I feel like we need more information, because if we arrest the police of this area, it can cause a lot of political tension, even if like they admit that they did it. But if they're like, oh yeah, what's your proof that we are the ones who actually did it? We currently don't really have anything, right? Like we can say, oh, the foot marks, like they all match your foot sizes, and like there's exactly 8 people, and there's 8 people in your group, and all of their foot sizes exactly match your group. Like what are the odds that another 8-man group would have the exact same feet sizes? Like, so I feel like I have to wrap it up. I'm not gonna like, this will obviously escalate the situation. Why don't I just arrest you? And again, I feel like we need more proof in order to justify arresting the group. So what are we gonna do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
The lieutenant closes his
Done
notebook.
this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, that's also a strange
We're
fact
going
too.
to look into this.
Yeah, like, why would they all confess? Oh yeah, we did kill this guy. Even we hated his guts. We killed him because he did these crimes or whatever.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials.
We were weak
Lucky
when we
you
first
didn't get
met.
beaten.
Fine, let's just leave. Goodbye. Okay. So what's the book say? I need to establish authority. Okay, so we gotta go deal with the body. That's what we need to do. So this one takes a while. We gotta ask her about the tattoos. Oh yeah, we gotta go talk to the lady about what we investigated. Let's just leave. Unbelievable. Okay, so we gotta do some investigating about the body. We need a bit more proof, but we can't get it down ourselves, and they seem extremely unwilling to help our situation. Oh, who's this guy? I don't think he was here yesterday. Or she was, sorry. Oh, that was a hat. Good one?
Yes? Hello?
She nods her head, full focus and reading. Who are you?
Me? No one.
She looks up
I'm
briefly.
just a working class woman.
Oh,
She
I see.
doesn't really want to be disturbed that much.
Oh,
If
okay.
she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Shouldn't a working class woman be working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books.
Even a working class woman needs something to read.
Good, good.
It is.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
Good then. Your respect to attention. Do you need help with the
What with?
policeman? No, whatever.
The woman before you.
Okay. No, that was a useless conversation. Okay, let's talk to her. Let's tell her about what we found.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them.
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
No, ma'am. I have felt her aura. She's not the one to blame for this curse. She may be involved, but I don't have the way to question the link in front of me. She's not sorcerer or some malicious entity. She's a business
I
woman.
don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She looked perplexed.
The narrative she's built herself. It does need tearing down.
Fair enough.
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her.
Okay.
To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Just lie. She says there's no curse because there's too many inconsistencies. Honestly, I don't have an answer yet. There's another entity more malignant. The sources in the taxidermy shop became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down along the place. There's too many inconsistencies.
Too many inconsistencies?
Yeah, I'll just say that
What kind of talk is that?
The woman scoffs at you with an audible snort.
Good luck persuading her. Some people can rationalize anything.
You're one of the inconsistencies.
I'm not doing as well as it looks like I am. I only have my Simone's wards to thank for the protection they provide.
As I said, she's a novelty dice maker. Her business has been up and running for a long time now.
Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse.
Red blotches appear on her skin. Huh?
I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The investigation is over. I just hope that you haven't made anything worse by going in there. Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books, or be on your way.
She concludes, second the pendant away her blouse.
Total psychic collapse between you two right now.
Oh,
there was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone into her own mind.
Yeah, okay.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Okay, farewell. Okay, well, we did her thing. We have another skill point. Let's just see what we need to lead leveling up. Let's check the map. So, let's just see. We need we need authority, but we can get that without leveling it up. We just need more information. Shivers, electrochemistry, pain threshold, interfacing. Knick-knack stand. This is what we can try right now. Authority. I'm not gonna bother with authority. The window, perception, suggestion. These ones we can't do, I'm assuming. Damaged ledger. Ice cream maker. Oh, there's something we have to ask her. Shivers. Empathy. Which should we level up? Alright, we'll put a point in empathy. We're gonna try doing the Kuno box again. We'll just leave the store. Yeah, I'm more empathetic now. Of course, he's still throwing the rocks at the body.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Let's try. Back down from Kuno is a -1.
What's going on is an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push your buttons.
It's a hard check. I got a 3,
Like
which
you
is
don't have
the worst
enough on
roll.
your plate. You feel a sudden surge of self-pity coming on.
Failed. I just failed both these checks. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just supposed to hold a piece of me. This is all I have. You're helping.
Pain, fucko! Take the bad!
The kid is not grinning. It looks more like a wolf bearing its
Smelling
teeth.
weakness. She loves it.
You heard that, see? Porco wants to talk about how he can't hack this shit. Porco wants to move in with Kuno.
Don't let him move in with us, Kuno!
You have no idea what to say now. You're just going to have to try to change the subject.
Kuno got any speed. Okay, I'm gonna
Kuno
ask the
doesn't-
kid. Okay, never mind. Okay, that was a waste of my empathy point. It still is a very hard check to do. Okay. Let's see if we can get to the dock workers. This way, right? Okay, I want to talk to this fool. You can't win. Let us work. Okay, let's go up this way. Oh gosh.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures towards the lorry man down the street.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also,
Ooh.
his earlobes could be smaller.
Are you sure? I mean, that jaw clearly in atavistic stigmata.
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Babe, thanks. But I got this.
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last.
He looks towards the coast
In
defiantly.
addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders.
I see.
Their company is spiritually degrading.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
But there's more to it. What have you got against them?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
Who do you mean?
Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blub.
Interesting. I said the same thing. I was like, that's interesting. I can have bust them and craniometrics. Let's just ask him about the mug.
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Know anything about it?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
It's the racist
He
cup.
had nothing to do with it.
I don't think I can beat him.
We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
Okay. I can't walk behind him. God, let's see. Let's ask. Maybe the guy up here, maybe he can know something, or down here. Wait. I don't think I have any keys. Keys to the room. I don't really. Okay, let's see.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Kuna told me you were supposed to know about the armor.
The little boy had the good on his promise.
His promises?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
Oh,
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Okay.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know?
Okay.
So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuna used us to what? Scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
To probe it into the armor. What did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
Oh, I
What
see.
else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw.
Yeah.
Too hard to remove.
Yeah.
So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
So what about the legging? Yeah, hold up. 4 pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlet, boots. What about leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all.
He gives a
Forget
jolly
about
shrug.
them. I did.
Okay, I'm ambitious. I'll try to find them all.
Of it. There
Tim
are
Race's
junior
Brown.
officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
Okay.
It's implied. He finds it unlikely that you will
I will succeed at this task.
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Thanks.
No problem.
For the cooperation.
If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
The way? Do you know the way?
He is sincerely grateful. He is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Okay, I'm looking for assistance with a dead
Body
body
still hanging
situation.
in the tree?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage.
You can just
passage
wait up
grants
the
the
stairs for this flask.
If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way?
As simple as just walk in?
Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Measurehead? I think I met
the
him.
2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist up there. Walk
Yeah.
right past him.
Okay.
Then press the button to unlock the door.
Okay.
Then go past him again.
Okay.
And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
So you're saying it's actually quite difficult?
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation. Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has any of this guy tried converting to his
Jean-Luc
worldview?
himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Has anyone ever bested him?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Got it.
Sure.
Another thing. Measure head thing can go with me. Can you help me with that
Sorry.
somehow?
Busy surveying the situation.
I'm
sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescopic
I do?
batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery. Maybe you could even knock that Kowalson crane over using some remote controls. Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
Wait, we have air support? Why didn't you tell me? I'm pretty sure. Let me ask him.
Because we don't. We don't have air support or
God
any
damn.
of those other things.
No air support.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology.
He passed the side of his nose with his index
All
finger.
right, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however.
Yes.
First, don't fight him, obviously.
We got that.
Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically grovel. That's how I do it.
I see.
You're welcome.
He tips his beret and concludes.
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
Okay. Let's also go down. Alright. Is there a way I can like pan the camera around? Maybe this guy has some info. Let's ask him.
Right to work! Right to work!
You don't have any intention to punch a guy out, do you? Say a really big racist theorist guarding
Not
a
before
button.
you get in there and get your ass whooped. Learn by failure, I always say.
He might have some advice, but you got to at least try to fight Measurehead first. Return if you fail.
Fine, fine. Okay, let's go talk to Measurehead. We desperately need in this area, and our advice has been quite limited. We might lose some health here. I don't know if I want to get to his racist theories. Let's ask him.
Your race descent has only worsened.
Okay, but let's go over the
since I
race
last
theory
saw you.
again, maybe.
You have really let yourself go.
Okay, go over it
There
again.
is nothing funky about them. There are 3 categories of
Go with the
tips.
C.
The F are a music. Lesser
Yeah, give me this.
races like the mosquito.
Yeah, I'm honestly gonna skip
the
all this part.
mosquito is born sterile,
It's-
like a donkey.
I
It
don't
seems
care.
unlikely that 2 human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Yeah.
You are right. You have misunderstood. You lack basic philo. Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you...
Yes.
The Koiko, as you know, are very servile. Especially this will never happen. But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of those
I guess we already listened to this.
genetic pool. The Vesper, the other large overproduction, as proven by the Maun and
Okay,
the
let's just ask.
indigenous people. The Areopagi.
Wait, didn't Ilmaran desert pygmies invent alcohol and get pillaged just a short while ago?
Yeah.
No, those were scimitar wielding race losers.
Jean, baby, you're on.
I know, babe.
Oh my god, fine, just
The
continue.
Areopagita, the latter is perfected. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
Fine, let's try besting him. It's a 28% chance, okay? So we have a little higher than, we need to roll a 10, 11, or 12. Maybe a 9, 10, 11, 12. We will try. What, I succeeded.
Just like that.
Oh, I got a 10.
Took over. A solid strike straight
Man, the one
into
thing I
his
actually succeeded. The
into
hell?
the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break. The man is reeling, gasping for air.
Punch this
Time
dude.
stands still around you. In the distance, the sounds of the harbor are falling silent. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lip.
What should I do?
Don't wait. You've only got a millisecond. He's coming too. Time is breaking loose from the studio.
Look, he's about to get his gun out too. He's like, oh shit.
Into a fist.
Okay, hit the button, hit the button.
That fighting pose. Watch out. He's expecting the hook.
Back up and perform a 360 spin kick. Go! Spin kick! Ah, watch out!
The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken
Disco
down
Inferno.
muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise. To your left is the button.
Disco Inferno!
As you slam your fist on the button, the man collapses entirely, his head rolling to the side.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
Lieutenant makes haste towards the door. Easy. Okay, we just beat him up. Okay, never mind. First, we did it. We rolled a 10. Easy. Okay, let's go in. What's the door is locked and can't be opened from the side without a passcode. Guess you have no choice but to talk to the union leader. Okay. Every worker member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. At the bottom, the union slogan and demand democracy. Standard office file cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. I still can't believe I passed that check. Holy shit. I just karate chop. I just did. He said he was expecting the right hook, so that's why I did the backup to the 360 no scopes. The 360 roundhouse kick. Because he would expect he was expecting the right cut. That's what it said, so I was gonna do that. I want to let the coffee machine on. Okay, let's look at everything. Is this a postcard? Okay, sure. What's this? We're just robbing these guys.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
What's in it?
It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Okay.
Let's see what's inside.
Open.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Okay, let's go through the
Hundreds
folders.
of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara.
Okay.
And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus.
Okay,
but
so
the
I need to
lines are
roll
getting blurry.
a 7 or higher. Let's try.
Whatever's hidden here
Okay, we got an 8.
is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note.
Okay, let's get the
stuck on
note.
the side of the drawer. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, a to-do note with a list of errands.
Everard Clare, probably.
Yeah.
The head of the Debarders Union. One of
He needs
his
to fix
aides
the
must
note.
have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list.
Take a look at the note.
Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht.
Yeah, but what is
water
this? I don't
Everard's
even know what this word
plants,
means.
Sweep office floor.
What is...
All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Fuck is the special borscht or whatever?
The drawer slides shut.
Okay, let's check in here. Give me the magnesium. We're just gonna rob you guys. Don't mind me. Ooh, we got some glasses. Okay, we can put the glasses on, right? Minus drama plus visual calculation. Easy. This one has like a downside to it though. Do I want minus drama? I don't know, probably not actually. My visual calculation's already quite high. Let's read this poster. No, I want this. What is this? La Fume, Volume 1, Number 4. The leading intellectual organ of Martinez communism. It offers a radical Masovinian perspective on a range of contemporary issues. The cover features a stylized portrait of the late King Frizzle with a pair of white antlers growing out of his head.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Frizzle. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Yeah, I don't understand why antlers.
Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism.
Oh, okay.
They represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it.
Why?
Because Frizzle was incompetent, foolish, and cruel.
Oh,
in short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Okay, let's flip through the page, see what catches
To your
your eyes.
disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention.
Oh my gosh, no pictures.
Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents.
I sleep.
The magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns.
It looks like
Just
it's French.
inside the
If I
cover,
remember,
there's
Kunst
also an
means
editor's note.
art for I think this means art in German, if I remember correctly, and of course that means culture. And this is and. I can do a quick confirm on my German knowledge. It says it's Norwegian for art. I believe it's also German too. Yeah, it is German. I was right. Aha. See, I've been learning German. What is this? I'll just say what it is. It means art and culture.
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture.
Yeah, I just
Why
let you know.
they decided to title this one section in Volda is beyond you. It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS.
Computer science.
The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. The Tip Top Tournée is an inter-isolari racing series,
I don't know what that
mostly
word
known
means.
for its
Insert
high speeds,
or whatever.
ludicrous sponsorship deals, and high death toll. In Revachol, it's held quadrennially on the prestigious Zero Carousel racing circuit.
I see. So let's see what they have to say about
You
it.
think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers.
Oh no, I think they probably hate
Instead,
this.
you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée.
What's wrong with
Where
it?
to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships. And then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. So, all of it, basically.
Hang on, who wrote this
Oddly
stuff?
enough, this article has two bylines. Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka. There's no way those are real names.
Yeah, I think his last name means Bucks. German. Exilus Bucks? Like, what? But, I don't know, the pronunciation of this I've seen was like pronounced like more like Booyah, but it doesn't spell like that. Maybe I just misheard it when I was learning it.
Have you ever met anyone named Exilus?
Yeah, no.
Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms. More than that, they're likely anagrams.
I see. So what's bad about the
Under
sponsorship?
capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure,
it's
even
true.
one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising
Yeah,
opportunity.
because things cost money.
Thus, the so-called tourney becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter.
Oh, the cars are all sponsored by someone else. It's the same with like any sports. Each team has their own like set of sports sponsorships. So you're saying like, oh, if I watch like hockey or football, I'm just watching one team that's sponsored by it versus another team being sponsored.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest.
Well, then that's a problem with the sport, or maybe if you don't want to call it a sport, then it's a problem with the activity or the event.
At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
Jesus, the cars are worth a lot of real, which is, considering we know our damages in the hotel stays 20 real. Jesus. No, I'm pretty sure I like it for the racing.
Sure, you think that, but subconsciously, it's the visions of brand names being engulfed in flames that you crave.
I guess I never thought about
That's
that
because
much.
you haven't been reading critically.
Oh, I
But
see.
don't worry. The whole point of these sorts of articles is to let someone else read critically for you.
Okay, this article says that no one really watches Tip Top Tourney for the races.
Come on. Can this article read your mind?
It seems to think
A certain
so.
kind of young man reads 1 or 2 books and suddenly thinks he understands the secret structures of reality. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Read the editor's
Comrade,
note.
as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turned to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée, unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel. La Fumée is committed to telling
I
the
don't know what this
radical
means,
truth,
and
even
my
when
French knowledge
that
is not
truth may
that
drive
good.
away potential subscribers. Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Kim, I think this is a
What do
communist
you
magazine.
expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
You flip back to the
Oh.
front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Now let's see what they mean by local concerns.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta.
I see.
Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Cape Side apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Now, so they can think that they don't need to pay rent. Even though that's how damn communists just killed a lot of them when they had the chance. If it weren't for the wild pies, all those moochers would be out of a job. Just to listen where it is pretty outrageous. Way better for everyone if labor capital could reach some reasonable accommodation. Why should I care? This doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't know what this exactly means. Like, this is saying that by doing certain labor, is this basically like asking, wouldn't it be better if there was like a minimum wage or like a minimum livable wage. Is that what it's trying to say? Like, the money that you work for should be able to afford you like decent accommodations. Like, you don't have to like live in the slums or live like poorly. Is that what it's asking? Is that's a question? I think that's a completely fair question to ask.
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies in the coalition. Why do communists love puerile insults? And they wonder why they're always being left out in the cold.
Okay, what's this about a coalition?
Judging from the context, it's something very large and fundamental. You should probably know about it already. Honest, you flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds.
What's international developments?
This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are. You flip back to the front of the magazine.
Let's just put the magazine away. Honestly, I think I'm done with this communist magazine. What do I have to say?
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
This is because I keep saying none of the above political stuff, isn't it? That's me thinking I'm a real radical. That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's got to keep it sane around
The
here.
air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
The Kingdom of Conscience? First, where's the Kingdom of Conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
Ooh. That's an honorable goal.
It is, isn't it? History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
Yeah, but what about all the things that are wrong now?
Tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the Kingdom of Conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What rationality?
This one's making more count me out, opt in. Wait, is the Kingdom of Conscience really about doing things or just preserving the status quo?
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
That's actually a good question. Do you think it's... I'd say, honestly, I mean, I'm leaning towards yes on this. Just doing the bare minimum if it's not going to cause issues. But then, maybe you can't get change to occur without the chaos and bloodshed, you know? That's why it's like, maybe the status quo is not always the answer. But I'm going to have to say yes.
There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress.
Okay, but what is the Kingdom of Conscience actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The Kingdom of Conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
What the hell does post-sexual even mean? Fine, let's just go.
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
Okay, then let's get there eventually.
Right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier.
True. Okay. We'll opt into whatever this is. Kingdom of Conscious. Heartache is powerful, but democracy is subtle. Incrementally, you begin to notice a change in the weather. When it snows, the flakes are softer. When they stick to your worry-worn forehead. When it rains, the rain is warmer. Democracy is coming to the administrative region. The ideals of DeLorean humanism are reinstating themselves. How can they not? These are the ideals of the coalition and the Morales International. Those guys are signal blue, and they are not only good, they're also powerful. What will it be like? Only their nuanced plans have realized. Oh, how do I unlock this? Oh, I don't know. I have to spend a skill point. I don't know how many skill points I have, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna research this. So how did I'm assuming based off how I've been answering questions, that's why they said that about me, or whatever. What does it say? Name unknown. Sorry cop. Super cop. Boring cop. Ultra liberal. Moralist. Good cop, bad cop. Honor. People killed. Is it because I didn't say anything to fascist? I said one communist thing, apparently. Apparently I'm more ultra liberal and moralist. That's what it says. Okay. I said my political opinions are generally more, again, more gray than black or white. The radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. What is this?
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, tokens unavailable due to strike.
Okay, well, I don't want to use the phone. Like, why do I need to call someone? It costs me money. I'm poor. Collecting rainwater. What's this? Numerous empty bottles of Color Red and Poland Blismer. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Yeah, take them. We gotta sell. We gotta make money somehow. Okay. What's this?
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself.
No,
Sit
I
down
failed it.
and have a breather.
So this is where René works. I'm gonna look around.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
I'm gonna
Let's
leave
get
it.
going. The entire neighborhood can see us up here.
Okay. Fair enough. If there's nothing in there, I don't care. But all around you, great machines in Quincense or whatever. Wild pines. White pine trees are printed across the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. And I thought it was just kind of... Ooh. Gonna walk over there. Oh wait, what's this?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons
Who's this
marked
dude?
Marche and Arrête are faded with use.
Okay, so Arrête means
It seems to
stop.
control the
In
large crane
French,
above. A
marche,
container is attached
I guess
to
means like
its
move.
hook block. Marche. On. Arrête. Off.
Do I want to turn it off? I don't want to touch it. I don't know what it does. Sure, we'll
With
turn
a
it on.
loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
I'm gonna be yelled at for doing this. Oh, it's putting it down. Is it stable?
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been
Its purpose? What do you mean?
Moving this container, of course.
Oh, I
For
see.
this purpose it was built. For this
see.
purpose it has acted. And
Sure.
now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the records, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Yes,
The crane does not return to its original position. It does not move at all.
Oh, okay. I'll take the money. What's this? You see a faded industrial lettering on it.
Before
Allison.
you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I think there's something special with this
You do?
container.
Because I don't.
Wait, why not?
There
Or
are
what?
a million
Why not?
containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It was hanging from the
You just
crane.
picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to get the body down from the tree.
I'll look on
No
the door.
reply.
Open it.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked.
Okay.
To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Been in the world for 2 days has given me a +1 for this. It's apparently impossible. It's 8%, so if it's 1 in 12, that means I have to roll. You have to roll 12 to get it. It's the only way. I don't think I've rolled 12 on anything, so I'm just gonna leave it. The speaker's tower is silent. There's no work to organize. Yeah, we're just kind of wandering around here. We beat the guy guarding the button up. Industrial-sized thermal smell like burnt coffee. Okay. Anything here? The coffee in the giant thermos is still lukewarm. I feel like someone's typing. Stair made of pallets sitting up. Oh, there is someone typing. Hello. Ooh, nice sailfish. Taxidermy fish that tells time. Let's just talk to this guy. Hello.
Before you is a walrus of a man, seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised.
This
to
face,
see you.
man, is so like what the. This face makes him look super creepy.
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Okay, we're gonna play dumb. Are you in charge of the dock workers?
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite to this
I'm
giant desk.
Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
The man relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
Yeah.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Lieutenant, onto you, then the chair.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks.
Uh-oh.
I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Why are you calling Mr. Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing.
Okay,
Forget
fine.
about it.
Just
Excellent, Mr. Dubois.
Sit
I can
down.
see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Gives you a sly wink. Yeah, this chair is uncomfortable. Try to wink back. I'll just
So tell me,
remain serious.
how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable
I lost
chair
health
in
for
the
that.
world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way,
I have to
heard
heal
you got
myself.
a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners. It pains me to say.
Oh yeah, the
This
man.
should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Am I allowed to take this?
Hey, that's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could.
You can take that comically large check and shove it up your ass. Should I take this money? Is this a bribe? That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried this is a bribe. But because I don't work for you, I'm investigating your investigation. So maybe if I take it, it will have a bad look on me. That's what I'm worried about. What are the moral ethics of the situation? Should I take this check? I'll just say, wait, do you know him?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me?
No.
No, it's cool.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind
He's so
at
mad I
ease
didn't
about
thank
one
him.
other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
How did you know I lost my gun?
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. When he said, don't worry, he actually meant, be very worried.
Yeah, how do you know about it?
I know everything.
That's what I was
Harry.
curious about.
Right
That was my
now,
question.
I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right.
I do not think everything's gonna be alright by the
It's not
sounds
like
of
you
it.
left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Look at this composure check. -1 took the check. +1 didn't say thanks for it. -2, the chair is killing you. Oh shit. So I have a 2 on the composure check. Oh god. And I have an 8. That means I need to roll 12 to get it. If you don't know how I'm doing the math, by the way, it's I'm pretty sure I'm doing it correctly. Because there's 12 sides, and you gotta, obviously it's out of 100%, so then you do 12 divided by 100, or, yeah, 12, you gotta, 100 divided by 12? No, 12 divided by 100, that was right the first time. And that gives you like 0.8333, or like 8.33%, so it means you have to get a 12 to get it. So I think I'm not going to do this. I'll just Kim.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
Okay.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
We're going to panic. Shit. This is all I need his help. But God damn, it won't let me. I'm going to.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry.
God damn, I just healed and I wasted my heal.
Because you lost your gun, and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
No, I'm not gonna about to cry. I'm gonna stay cool.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this,
My
Mr.
morale.
Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here?
You need How does he know my name is Mr. Dubois?
Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
Harry, there are no Harrys. When a large man snaps his fingers, but to know if you're in some super sleep slipping down in the chair like Jello, there's no Harrys. Let your mind go to your safe place.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
I'm good as it gets, Mr. Dubois. Fairly just your hands above your
Don't be
head.
dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Man, that's Kim. Kim must be like, what the fuck? Who's my partner?
Quick, here's your window.
Uh-oh.
Get yourself together and ask him questions.
Okay,
Police
okay.
officer questions. It
Got
is
it.
about time to stop embarrassing yourself.
I mean, fair.
Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Okay. Alright, you can ask me how I
Am
got
I
in?
going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window. Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard?
I understand. I'm a terrifying death machine.
Don't worry, Harry. Between you and me, I'm not a huge fan of his race thing. But the Union did not get where we are today by frowning on eccentricity. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
You call me Mr. Dubois, right?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
So that's really my name?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
Alright, it's fine. I'm just testing
So
you.
good to hear that, Harry. Apparently, my sources were wrong.
That's the
However,
brown
if you
folder
did
in
have a
front of
spot
him.
of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
And then this guy has eyes on everyone.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips.
Yeah, of
I
course.
guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
The lieutenant inspects Everard over his
Mr.
spectacles.
Kitsuragi, would you mind?
Dice
Me
never
and
leave
Harry
yours.
are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Okay, fine. Where'd you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
Mine
This
organization.
translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
Yeah.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Okay, fine. Let's get this straight. What is my full
It's
name?
Harry. Harry Dubois.
Okay.
And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do for you?
Kim suspects something. Read shipping folders before. Ooh, I can get this one. Let's look at the folder again.
As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders
yeah,
you saw
that's-
in the file.
That's not an RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
Oh,
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said,
He looks
now I'm
annoyed.
actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you.
Oh,
A
okay.
pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time.
So, the census bureau says my name is Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay?
Okay,
Let's
can
move
you...
on.
Okay, let's just move on. Let's talk about my last gun. I want to talk about the hanging. What's the container of the office outside yours? Can you help me with get the dead body down
You
from the
might
tree?
have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my.
He smiles
Don't take this
pleasantly.
question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had
How many
something
steel
to do with the
reinforced
murder.
cargo boats are around here?
Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Should I also accuse the worker boots? I don't know how much information we should divulge to this man. That's I'm a little bit worried about. Should I let Kim just keep the talking? Fine, I'm gonna say one.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values.
He licks his fat lips and smiles.
But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you.
He picks up the handset of a radio phone to his right, then clicks a button.
Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body in a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy.
Jean-Luc, is that the measure head or whatever? Is that his name?
You can find Luke down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you, now that he's back on his feet.
Okay, let's talk about my lost gun.
Your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone.
No,
Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Wait, the gun may have been bought from Roy's pawn shop. Have you factored that in? I want to be blackmailed with this gun business. I don't care about my gun. Keep it. This means if I do things for you, I'll get my money back. Hold on, could he really hold my gun hostage?
You know, only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him
he might be
the only way to do it.
Fine.
Yes, thank you for the hot
Roy
tip regarding your
pawn
lost
shop.
gun, Harry. My men have indeed factored in that you pawned it. Now,
Thanks.
please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important. Building our relationship for the good of Martinez.
Okay, okay. I'll let me blackmail with this gun business.
Harry, I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing.
I'm just
I
gonna be
can't
blunt
have it
with
around
it.
in my neighborhood. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak.
Okay, his tone is
Teenage
very...
gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
Okay,
I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate, if inevitable, and doesn't put the RCM in a good light.
Uh-oh.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi.
We're working
That's
on
excellent
it,
news.
okay? I looked
Looks like
around.
we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands.
Okay, let's talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez.
Yeah.
I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you like I'm helping you with the body and your lost gun. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike.
Secret
So much
task
to talk
complete.
about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me,
I really sense there's a but
but
here.
there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Okay, okay. What's keeping
Yes,
you up at
that
night?
sounds good. Let's do that.
Lieutenant says with a slow
But
nod.
I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're
Suddenly
police
slaps himself on the
officers, aren't
forehead.
you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
I've opened a few doors in
And
my
I'm
life.
sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady
What
about
door
it.
does he want me to open? Nothing shady. That's something that someone who has a shady door would say.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Whose door is
no,
this?
No one's. It's just a weasel. A
Ah,
weasel
weasel.
lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean by a
A
weasel?
loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly.
He removes his glasses and rubs
Just
his
go
nose.
there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just
What's
want
gonna
this
happen
be
to this
over so
guy
I
if
can
I open
discuss
his
business with
door?
you.
Why don't you just open it
Harry,
yourself?
I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
Bro, I mean, I have been, but to be honest, my first playthrough ended abruptly because I had a heart attack trying to reach the tie hanging from my ceiling. So I don't think my physique is that great.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help.
He turns back
So
to
what
you.
will it be, Harry?
I bet you don't even know anything about the hanging.
Harry, my dear friend,
He
I
seems
am
deep
what
in his
people
chair.
call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Oh god, he's doing so. This is like so corrupt doing this task though. Jesus. Yeah, this feels like blackmail. We do need to talk about the murder. Kim, I wish I could ask Kim what the fuck we should do. I don't know, this just seems so corrupt to do this task, man. Some guy that he doesn't like, he's gonna kill him? He's gonna beat the shit out of him? Like, what is he gonna do to this guy if I help him? And I'm supposed to be the police. And as Kim says, it wants to show that the police are working with him. So, it's not really a great message, is it? Like, I really don't want to do it, but I'm worried about also the relations of the case. Because I think I can figure out the information myself, but I'm worried that it would strain the relationship between us and it'd make my life harder. But then I listen, not be corrupt, right? This is for now. Refuse the task for now. Fine, I'll do it.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level.
He flicks his fingers.
You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union.
Yeah, we know
Special
who Manana
operations.
is.
Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry.
He smiles, obviously satisfied with how well he planned it all
Just
out.
open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Okay, so he is. Oh, so I don't even have to break the lock. He literally owns the key already. Oh, God. What's in the container that's outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
Now, there's something special about it. I was attached to the Hobson
Harry,
crane.
you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna leave.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Great. Oh, thanks. Sorry, I was just get out.
You're one of us now. A real red and white Union man.
Yeah, thanks.
Take care, Harry.
Okay. You have anything to say? Nothing. Okay, fine. He has nothing to say to me. That's fine. Okay, what is this? The banger sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along.
Yeah,
the accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
I mean, that's so engaged in his work, he doesn't notice you.
Everard, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What is it with you people and scabs?
I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
What are you doing in the containers?
I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
He waves at the containers towering behind him. What's going on here? Look at the mountain containers right behind him.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change covers?
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things.
Yeah, he's just taking
the tell them to everyone.
Yeah, we know what the issue is or why they're doing it. Is they're owned by White Pines, the containers, and he's trying to make them look like he owns them.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
Where's everyone? The harbor's empty.
Most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
He leans in with a confidential look.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
He pauses the thing.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
He stops but seems eager to tell you more. What trouble did they get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
He smiles and leans closer.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
But they actually
I guess
do.
The boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know.
Another chuckle.
I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this under hearties.
Looks to you for
Look at
assistance.
it. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
Okay, Leo, let's hear about this fight you got into.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the handle like nobody's business. But Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this.
I see.
Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Everett. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here.
Uh-oh. He's like sick.
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
I see.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Do you work here?
Yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
Little man raises his hand in a welcoming
I'm
gesture.
like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town. And Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away.
I see.
Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of her.
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes,
who is it?
Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool.
I thought it was
Everett put her
her.
through some fancy school and everything.
It's the person that
east
was
of the
said she was
river.
the gardener.
4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
Yeah, it's her.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has.
He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue eyes. I'm sorry.
Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer? A.K.A. the gardener?
Yes, it's the gardener. So, this is the union fixer. The
Looks like
gardener?
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl. Smart as a whip, too.
The little guy smiles a disarming smile at you.
Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off. Perhaps something to consider later.
That's good. Are you the Leah who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more.
Okay, let's ask
I
him.
almost forgot about the borscht.
Yeah, what was that about the
Oh,
borscht?
yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started.
Okay.
It's very, very
What
good.
is it?
Makes
Is it
a man
alcohol?
feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
What do you mean by taking the soup to the men?
Yes.
Is it for striking?
I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits.
Oh, it's a
Makes you
type
all
of
warm
dish.
inside. They
Oh,
brew it
right.
in the
Okay, now
whirling
I
in
recognize the name. It's a type of it's a dish. Okay. I'm gonna. Okay, who makes it at the
the
whirling?
whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Okay, something's off about it.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
What's in that container over there?
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
God damn.
Bye-bye now.
Okay, I think we talked to all this guy. Okay. Oh, what's this? What is this? Ooh, I'll take them. The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. It smells like blood. Okay. No, this way. Okay, let's see.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here.
Fine, let's ask it.
It seems. Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because getting physical is an
Because
option.
what wasn't an option?
Never mind.
Are you satisfied, detective?
Fuck. Okay, fine. He's like, this guy's insane. He said it's probably empty, but I gotta know what's in this stupid container. Oh. Boston means whale stored in Arden. What's this?
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. The white rectangle of the Revachol Citizens Militia is clearly visible on its back.
Look, someone left their cloak
Yes,
behind.
it was probably you. It does bear the RCM insignia, after all.
You think I should
The
get
service
it?
cloak issued to you by your station? Yes, I do.
Okay, let's grab
As
it.
your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your fingertips. I will shield you from the elements and give my life for yours. That's what the cloak is relaying.
Huh? How do we get there? We're gonna let him automatically walk there. I don't know how to get there. Apparently he doesn't know how to get there either. It looks like it's broken. Okay, something's wrong with that. I have no idea how to get down there. I don't know. Might have to go in through like a different entrance, or is this the only entrance? Are you still here?
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic.
I knocked you out like a god of martial arts.
True. I said nothing about our personal dynamic. That has altered. A little.
Yeah, you said you'd help us get the body down.
You bested me in race combat to reach my superior, then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
Okay.
You're so noble, Measure.
There's a but.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
Fine.
Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
Fine. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Okay, he's gone.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Why are you with Mr.
Look
Head?
at him. His craniometric perfection. Are you cops or what?
Yeah.
Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
Gotcha. The woman twirls her hair.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
Honestly,
Look
I
at
kind
you!
of see it.
RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Evrot's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
Yes, I'm an unbelievably correct cop. I am correct every opportunity I get. It's none of your business. I'll work with whoever I want. It's none of your business. Honestly, it's none of your business.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
Wait, who's coming? Oh, okay, he's just back. Okay. Okay.
The corpse has been removed from the tree.
He brushes wooden
Stand
flecks
down
off his
and
hand.
Congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
There has been no side choosing. We do what we have to
And
do.
what
Keep
you
ordering.
had to do was to become a Union man for all to see.
What's this?
Kingdom of Conscience.
Oh, okay, my thought. Okay, yeah.
The Kingdom of Conscience will be exactly as it is now.
Oh, I'm a moralist,
Moralists
apparently.
don't really have beliefs. Sometimes they stumble on one, like on a child's toy left on the carpet. The toy must be put away immediately, and the child reprimanded. Centrism isn't change, not even incremental change. It is control.
It didn't matter that I was
yourself
centrist.
and the world. Exercise it. Look up at the sky, at the dark shapes of the coalition airships hanging there. Ask yourself, is there something sinister in moralism? And then answer, no. God is in his heaven. Everything is normal on Earth.
Moralist dialogue options heal +1 morale. Learning captive volitions raised to 5 and logic's raised up. Okay. Oh, no skill points. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Alright, we gotta go get the key. Okay, so let's get the key and then look at the body.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
And nice enough.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
You know, Somlane then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his
Right.
face.
You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Any idea who killed the
mercenary,
hangman?
eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
Oh my god. The man was hanged with a very specific type of cargo belt, one often used in heavy transport, for example, harbors.
What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
What do you mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
But did you kill
I
him?
ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He's not lying about not doing it himself.
Yeah.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Everett said you have a key to a door?
Key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
He said it belonged to a weasel.
Oh, say no more. I got you.
Okay.
I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I'm not really doing this for political reasons.
So the none of the above type, are you? I get it. I like to keep my distance too.
I got morale for that.
But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our
Basement
organization is what you
door
call
behind the
compartmentalized.
greenhouse.
Means we keep out of each other's business.
That's behind the whirling in rags.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter.
His gaze wanders off in the
None
distance.
of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
It doesn't wait for me to answer. And I'll let you know about this task. The weasel person when he'll be
I'm
home.
more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
The man takes a big sip up from his flask.
He means he's not going to tell you cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard.
Okay, fine. Okay, so let's get a little bit more info then. Do you know anything about the Hardy
Los
Boys?
Hardys? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Okay, where are you
We're
striking?
negotiating our share.
Your
Aye.
share? He seems pleased with himself. Wait, so not wages or pensions
This
or...
stuff, they already covered.
Shh. At least you got... However much you feed the wolf, it always bites, but... You'd be grateful then, it's more like, at least you got benefits at
It's
something.
not enough. Not enough to get ahead. More about keeping us in our place.
But how large of a share would
All
you
of it.
like?
However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page. Communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in Southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
I see. I don't know if I want to ask him. He's a communist. What can you tell me about
I think
him?
it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him.
Everard.
In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
What does bossing the union entail
I guess
anyway?
you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties. Watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
And it just kind of seems a bit lavish.
He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
Oh, he doesn't like me apparently, because apparently I'm a moralist in this game.
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Fine, we'll ask if he's a communist.
I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
I mean, it's true. Right on, brother. You shouldn't take what's yours. Cool, I don't have anything else to add to that. Alright, let's say right
Just the way the world works, Boyadero.
You seem to spend a lot of time thinking about the political situation.
Sure. I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
He spreads his arms wide, using the reach to show how much time he has.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool. That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends.
Maybe I am. No. I could.
No. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching
I just wanted to see
far
what he
and
would say.
Yet it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider.
Okay, let's go. You know what? First, I need to like see. I gotta go like. Yeah, thank you. We're striking. Okay, let's get some money in here.
The tear machine step. Your bottles clunk.
Wow, we got 50 cents. Thank you. Okay, let's just leave. Open the basement door. My jacket. I forgot I got this. This gives me electrochemistry, half-light. Ooh, this jacket seems good. Oh, this is just a superior jacket to this. Okay, yeah, put this on then. This jacket sucks then. This only gives me plus Esprit de Corps. This gives me +1 and shivers. Okay. Okay, so let's go check the body then. Let's see what happened with Kuno.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
You need to act decisively. It's Kuno. Use Kuno words.
Gosh. I'll just call him a...
Stop choking, Kuno! The faggot has got you in a chokehold!
Kuno's not fucking choking.
Yeah, choked you out there. Serves you right.
Fuck you did. Kuno's gonna keep saying kipped forever now. Kipped.
He only gets 2 before he coughs.
Shit. The fuck did you want anyway? You got your fuck bag down. Now let's talk normal shit.
Oh, now you want a normal
Yes,
conversation.
Yes. Kuno wants a normal conversation. Ask normal shit, please.
Yeah, I talked to him and he told me he promised to sick the pigs on him.
So? Kuno did sick the pigs on him. Kuno's a man of his word.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
I will remember
you got
this.
Fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, griefing the Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
I'll ask you
Fucking right, pig. Kuno's filling bathtubs with that shit. Kuno's a kingpin. Don't be yanking your shit in front of the Kuno. Kuno's always serious, always rolling. Big kilo, but you ain't getting any. Get the fuck off.
Belying the act, he's actually telling the truth.
What?
Or at least 0.00001%.
He actually has speed on him.
He has a little speed. He's just not giving it to you.
I see.
You need to befriend him first.
Ah, God, it's locked.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Okay, let's look at the body, though.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Well, it's down.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
A field autopsy?
1. Investigation of the scene.
He covers his nose.
Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue.
Okay.
We are on number 3.
Okay, we gotta do no. Okay,
The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
Okay.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
I'll
The
just
lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Okay, can you tell me what the hell a field autopsy is?
You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit. And the failure of the 38 single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Okay, humor me then. Oh, you know what use
must
are
have
you?
me confused with the Copopedia.
Who's the Copopedia?
You, sir. You are the Copopedia.
Fine. Do you have a pair of
Unfortunately,
gloves?
no.
Fine.
And hygienically?
I need a pair then. Can we return
Let's not go
shortly?
glove hunting, please. Let's use division of labor. I perform the anatomical side, while you take notes.
We just fill this in, right? Shows them the red field autopsy form.
That's right.
Easy. Really get Kim to trust you. Oh, Kim trusts me. I got an achievement. Apparently he really trusts me.
Yeah, we got
Easy.
We're smart.
Kim and I are best buds. Let's go. Okay, let's fill out
The
the
dead man
form.
stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts.
Okay.
Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
Again, assistant.
That's you.
Write down... do I need to write my initials? I can write my full name. Harry
The
Dubois.
corpse is indifferent to your scribblings. Just lies there. The next box says...
2 coroner's case number.
KK57-00803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi.
Yep.
57 equals Precinct 57.
Okay.
Followed by his date,
Yeah, I figured out.
0803,
August
and
3rd
time
or
of
March
arrival,
8th. That's probably March 8th.
0815. on the scene.
8:15. Okay.
He's indexed the case after himself, not you.
That's fine.
That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
But I already know my initials. It's Harry Dubois. It's HDB. We know our name. We have that information now. If file occurs under me, technically around the scene for you.
What would that make the alphanumeric?
HDB 41 0803. Help me out with the time of day anyway. 10:15. It's understated.
Okay, this one. HDB 41 1083 15.
Let's go with that.
Easy.
The lieutenant is quite surprised you managed to come up with an adequate case number.
See, I know. I know info. Name.
NA. Next.
Yeah, John Doe. Date of birth.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
Okay.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna trust my visual calculus. I'm gonna write 42.
He nods.
Grace.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Okay.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Okay, sex.
Fucky!
Oh, God.
Male.
Yeah.
Pigs can have sex!
Right, pigs can have... No, I'll just write male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Okay.
We're still going with March 4th. 51.
Indeed, death. Okay.
What else?
Looks
9.
over your shoulder.
Body identified by is non-applicable.
Okay.
10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
Okay.
HDB 41 0803.1015 listens, motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Okay, evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
What exactly is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
Oh. Did I shoot him? I'm not sure.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Okay.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Okay, external examination.
Close. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side and checks the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive.
No,
Size
I have...
color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
But when am I going to get them?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
Drama really wants me to do some like crazy stuff. I don't know. I like drama, to be honest. Maybe I'll just write
the boat has a
down.
serial
I'm not
number.
gonna take it.
It's E50.100.100.
I'll help us with the case
The
that we
lines
have the
between the
boots.
plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of
The
the
upper
body.
torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white.
Okay.
The assistant
noted.
has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
That's a decently long cable, but I guess it makes sense.
Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters.
Okay.
Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing.
180 meters, I believe that's 6 inches, maybe 6'1". Wait, it's either 5'11", 6'1", somewhere between that range. I don't actually think maybe it's 6'1". I think it's either 5'11" or 6. The more I'm doing the math, 'cause I think 1 centimeter isn't it like 2.4 inches? Or sorry, no, 2.4 centimeters is 1 inch. A centimeter is a lot smaller than an inch. Sorry, I just mixed up the math. So, yeah, just doing some math. I think it's smaller, 5'11".
Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Right down.
Lividity is consistent with hanging.
I don't
Old
touch
age
the body.
faint, as noted. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation.
I'll just write whatever he says. I don't care about Kuno. Fuck him. Sorry. The lieutenant produces a small clean knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that.
Oh, the chain cutters.
The chain cutters.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I'm prepared. Pet the chain cutters.
The hangman lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Yeah, we got the chain
Always
cutters.
good to think ahead. Now,
Points to the rope, squeezing the dead man's
we need
neck.
to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below.
Yeah.
Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
I'll try.
See? My pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Okay, we got eat 42%, so it means that we have to roll higher than an 8. An 8 or higher. Let's look for a good
The
spot
belt
first.
is equally
Maybe this will
tight
boost our
around the
odds.
whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit
There we
in
go.
there. Steady now. Like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
Okay, so then we got 83. Interfacing gave instructions. Okay, let's go. 83% chance.
After some deliberation,
Okay, we would have failed
you
if we
sink
didn't
the
do that,
cutters
so
into the
good.
knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
Press down.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
Lieutenant has kneeled closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
Okay,
Chest is
write it down.
intact. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia...
Okay.
No! It's gonna happen, see! I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring.
I just want to see this guy's dick. Like, oh my god.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Just move it
Back
on.
is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
The scarring is way more than law officials.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars.
Yeah.
Last item.
Write down. Mercenary. Takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. I'll just let him work
Hands
alone.
are clean. No sign of a recent struggle.
Were we expecting any?
Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Okay, I'll write it down.
That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Well, he turns to the side to breathe. It's not enough. He buries his face in his sleeve of his jacket. You hear him muffled. That's all for external. Internal.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I may add the moral of his story.
Would that be?
He looks at you inquisitively.
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his
The brain
story.
is very vulnerable to compromises
I
and
think that
splits
may well
apply.
be the moral of every story, officer.
The lieutenant grins. I'll write down
Good.
at A.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
Okay, he gets closer to the mouth hole, eyes squinting from the stench.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Okay.
Respiratory system.
Okay, back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force, both hands are
Oral
used.
cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly
Mhm.
after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
I'm not gonna bother looking at it.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust.
Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder and bile ducts.
Am I an expert in those
Nothing
things?
in your alcohol-soaked memory directs to having forensic expertise on either one.
Okay, no.
Neither am I.
Okay, let's
Same
write
for
that NA.
toxicology and serology. NA.
Okay.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Okay.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, full of feces
This
there.
will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated thing amid the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injury
Let's see.
summary.
We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
What about the injuries we've
Oh.
inflicted?
So we inflicted them?
This is a team
You
effort.
mean the spin-stabilized munition from a Kill A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung? That was not a team effort. I just missed my shot. Also, let's not mention it. Muddies the water.
I agree. The waters are muddy enough. If I can keep it minimal. So back to injuries. Okay. Bite
Head,
marks.
chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Okay.
And your opinion, officer?
I'd say probably opinion. It's not health cover injuries. Prediction. Nah, it's non-fatal postmortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Okay.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man
Non-fatal.
beneath the description of injury.
Right. Next.
What's the fourth injury field
Nothing.
for?
Just in case.
Okay, fine.
A dark red abraded
marks.
ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Okay.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to
Okay,
the
this
side.
is obviously the fatal
ring
injury.
around his neck is
Opinion.
visible.
Fatal
That's
injury.
it. We have established
We
cause
cracked
of
an
death.
uneasy smile.
It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's
Okay.
wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
Yay! First, how did it
Well,
go?
we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy.
Okay, what else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Okay, what now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg
Okay, here.
for processing.
I understand. Looks at the dead body one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse.
He's thinking, did I miss something? I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Perception. Established probable cause. Stop wasting time, you're smart. Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
And
Come back later, Corporal.
Try to
Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dream.
Okay, this is creepy. Let's just tag him.
I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can take care of the rest.
No, that's fine.
There
That's
go
fine.
those beautiful enamel boots. You will never own the full set now.
Yes.
May they rest in processing. Oh well, in another lifetime.
What should I
Continue
do?
working
Meanwhile,
here. The locals, the case, or attend to your own business. I will meet you downstairs in the Whirling in Rags tomorrow morning, 7:30 sharp.
okay.
This means Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You're free to do side tasks and even the
Okay.
main case, though it might be more difficult. If
I
you have
see.
nothing to do, read books or sit on the bench on the plaza.
Okay, bag the corpse and raise the motor carriage. Okay, I understand. Okay. I think that's a good place to wrap up this episode. This one's also a quite longer episode too. I don't know if I should be apologizing or not. You guys prefer the longer or shorter. But, yeah, I finally got past the guard. I did not expect to actually win the 28% chance one because I've been failing. I failed the 92% skill check, which means I only had to roll literally anything but a 2, and I rolled a 2. Excuse me, of course. So, yeah, and then meanwhile, I had to roll a 10 or higher, and I rolled a 10. Like, what are the, or not, was it 10 or higher, or was it 12 or higher? I heard 12, sorry, I died. Actually, no, it was 9 or higher, and I rolled a 10. for 10. Anyways, so I'm surprised that we literally just did the roundhouse kick on him and it knocked him out. That was something for sure. So yeah, we actually did quite a lot this today. We did, look how much we've done already. We did interrogated them. We decided to not get the boots off the victim's feet. I kept them to yeah, see, Kim wouldn't want me to take the boots, so I was like, yeah, whatever. You want all the armor pieces? Okay, I guess I won't find all of them because I let the boots go away. I've been just like finding the location. I didn't mean keep them myself. That's what but whatever. Interrogated the unit boss, and we also did the autopsy and processed that. Unfortunately, we asked more about the armor. We got the body down as well. So yeah, we've done a decent amount so far. We have, just see, items. Giant novelty check. Yeah, we gotta go give this check to the guy. We'll do that in the next episode to see what he has. I also have a skill point. Or do I have 2 skill points to spend, actually, it looks like. Maybe I should get another empathy. We have 2 skill points we could spend. I'll put 1 in empathy for now, but I'll figure out what I want to do with the other one afterwards. Because I still want to try to get to, I'm curious about Kuno, that's all. Everything else, I don't know. We could do physical instruments. Rhetoric, I don't think I'm gonna get that one. Authority, godly. Oh yeah, we need more authority, but we'll do that. I think we'll have to talk to him tomorrow, I think, because I think I need Kim with us. So yeah, we could talk to the dice maker again. I don't know. We'll figure out what I want to do next anyways. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts were on this episode and about the Union, because we're down the Union, which I kind of didn't want to be involved with. I kind of wanted to be like a neutral third party, but of course things get messy and that's not what happens. So yeah, anyways, let me know your thought, and I hope to see you at the next episode.